Hello students, a warm welcome to all of you at Ariser Talent. So in our today's lecture, we are going to discuss about some of the questions related to our class 10 chapter number 2 chemistry, that is acid, base and salt, and these questions are very important from your competitive exam point of view related to certain NTSC, Olympiad or many other exams. So now we have a first question related to our chapter acid, base and salt will be two color scenes at the extreme ends of the pH chart are. If I am observing the pH chart, the acid character will be seen in a red color and the base character will be accomplished by the blue color. So we can say that the two extreme ends of the pH chart will be in red and blue color. So the correct option here will be red and blue. Now we are coming to our next question. A colorless and odorless gas is liberated when hydrochloric acid is added to the solution of washing soda. So, washing soda is basically having a formula Na2CO3, sodium carbonate. If I am going to pass any gas that is HCl in it, we can see that there will be the liberation of carbon dioxide gas. So, the carbon dioxide gas will be liberated in this form. So, the correct answer will be, the gas that will be liberated will be carbon dioxide. So, the correct answer will be the carbon dioxide gas. Now, on adding acetic acid to the sodium hydrogen carbonate, a student observed. So, we can see that if we are going to add acetic acid to sodium hydrogen carbonate, we will get a bubbles of colorless and odorless gas, no reaction, a colorless gas with a pungent smell, a strong smell of vinegar. So we can see that we are provided with acetic acid. Acetic acid is reacting with sodium hydrogen carbonate. So we can see here acetic acid is having a general formula CH3COOH plus sodium hydrogen carbonate is NaHCO3, that is sodium bicarbonate. Now we can see that after reacting both the compounds, we will see a bubbles of colorless gas with the pungent smell will be eliminated from the reaction. So the correct answer will be option number C. So I hope this question has been clear to you. Now we are proceeding to our next question. Which one of the following are the correct observations related to acetic acid? So obviously acetic acid is an acid. So acid will have a characteristics that it will convert the blue litmus to red. So what are the characteristics of the acid? Acid will contain blue litmus to red. Now blue litmus has been converted into red. It means this will be the acid and the acetic acid is basically the vinegar. So it will smell like the vinegar. So I guess the option number 1 will be the correct match for this answer, that it turns the blue litmus to red and having a smell like a vinegar. Now we are proceeding to our next question. The aqueous solution of the copper sulfate and zinc sulfate appear. Firstly, we have copper sulfate and second one is zinc sulfate. So we can see here copper is usually a blue in color and zinc sulfate will form the green colored in aqueous solution. So the correct answer will be blue and green respectively. Now we are moving to our next question. On adding 2 ml of acetic acid to the 2 ml of water in a test tube, what we will observe? What we are doing, we are adding 2 ml of acetic acid in a 2 ml of water. We have acetic acid, that is CH3COOH. If I am adding water in the acetic acid, I can see there the hydrogen gas will be evolved in this process. So there will be the evolution of hydrogen gas in the process. So the correct option will be the colorless and odorless gas is evolved. So now we are coming to our next question. On adding 2 ml of acetic acid and 2 ml of water in a test tube, what we will observe? We can see that acetic acid is actually the vinegar. So when vinegar is dissolved in water, we will get a clear and transparent solution because these two are the liquids. So what will happen in this case? Acetic acid and water will going to form the clear transparent solution. So the correct option here will be the option number A. Now we are on our next question. In an experiment to study the properties of the ethanoic acid, a student add an equal amount of distilled water to it and shake it well. After some time, he is likely to observe. We can see here when ethanoic acid in a tube get mixed with distilled water. So what we are doing? We are mixing ethanoic acid with distilled water. So if ethanoic acid is mixed with distilled water, we can see that ethanoic acid is in the liquid form, it can easily dissolve with the water. So the options are a colloid is formed, this option is not suitable. Ethanoic acid dissolve readily in water, the solution becomes light orange, the water floats over the surface of the ethanoic acid. So the correct option is option number B. So option number B will be the correct answer. Now we are moving to our next question. A student takes about 2 ml of ethanoic acid in a dry tube and add a pinch of sodium hydrogen carbonate to it. What will be the observations in the above case? So what we have taken ethanoic acid. This ethanoic acid is reacting with sodium hydrogen carbonate. Sodium hydrogen carbonate. Now what will happen in this case? Ethanoic acid is basically C2H5OH plus sodium hydrogen carbonate is NaHCO3. So what will be the observations in this case? Immediately a colorless and odorless gas evolves with a brisk efference. The gas turns lime water milky when passed through it. The gas burns with an explosion when a burning splinter is brought near it. The gas extinguishes the burning splinter that is brought near it. Now what will be the correct observations in this case? We will get a gas that will be the colorless and odorless. So first option will be the right one. Now after the first option, the gas turns lime water milky when passed through it. So this will not be the correct answer. The gas turns with an explosion. So we guess the first, second and third options will be the correct because this gas, the formed in the reaction, will not be used to extinguish any substance. So here the correct option is option number 1, that is first, second and third, colorless, odorless, lime water milky and with the explosion of the splinter. So the correct option here will be the option number A. Now we are moving to our next question. In a locality, hard water is required for the experiment is not available. How will the following salts are available in the school laboratory? Now we know that hard water is basically the sulfates of sodium, potassium and calcium. So if we want to make hard water available, what we will take in the above options? We will take sodium sulfate, we will take calcium sulfate and another sulfate is the potassium sulfate. So we will take only the sulfate salts for making hard water. So the correct option is 1, 2 and 5. So option number B will be the correct answer because the hard water is the actually the sodium, potassium or calcium sulfates in the water. So here the correct option is option number B. Now we are moving to our next question. The color of the pH paper strip turned red when it was dipped in a sample. So the sample would be, so the pH paper strip is turning red. It means the substance we are using will be the acid. So acid will turn the blue litmus to red. So the colored strip is turning to red. It means the substance will be the dilute hydrochloric acid, because it can occur only in cases of acid. So the correct option is option number D, because in case of the acid, litmus paper turn into red one. Now we are moving to our next question. Which one of the following cannot be used out to find out the pH of a solution? Suppose we want to determine the pH of a solution. The pH of the solution can be determined with the help of the pH paper, universal indicator, standard pH value chart, or the litmus paper. So among all these options, litmus paper cannot be used to determine the pH of the solution. It only indicates the color change to identify which substance is an acid and which substance will act as a base. So here the correct option is litmus paper. Litmus paper cannot be used to find out the pH of a solution. Now we have our next question. Dilute HCl is added to sodium carbonate. It is observed that we have dilute HCl and we are adding sodium carbonate to it. Now what we will observe in this case, no change take place, loud sound is produced, immediately a brisk effervescence is produced and the solution turns blue-black. So in this reaction, hydrogen gas will be eliminated and hydrogen gas will formed with a brisk effervescence. So the correct option is option number C. A student adds a few drops of universal indicator to the aqueous solution of the sodium hydroxide. The color of the solution changes from. So the student is adding something to sodium hydroxide. It means sodium hydroxide is a base. So what is the property of the base? The property of the base is it turns red litmus to blue. So the correct option will be red to blue, because this will be the property of base. So here the correct option is option number C. Now we are moving to our next question. When the litmus is added to the solution of acetic acid, it turns red. So what we are going to do is we are adding blue litmus to a solution of acetic acid. This is our acetic acid and the formula for acetic acid will be CH3COOH. Now when the blue litmus is added to it, it turns to red. It is forming blue to red. Now when excess of NaOH will be added to the above solution, what will be observed? If I am adding excess of NaOH to it, that if I am continuously adding base to the solution, what will happen to a certain extent? The solution will turn into the colorless one. So the correct option will be the solution will become colorless. Now we are on our next question. A student has given a 4 sample of the water in the 4 different test tubes. These were distilled water, lemon water, water having dilute HCl and water having NaOH. For which sample the pH will be the 7? The pH will be the 7 only for the water. So this is the point to remember, that the pH will remain 7 only in case of the water. So the correct option here will be the distilled water. Now we are moving to our next question. the given sample indicates a pH of 7, the sample would be. The again same question is repeating in the different form, that the pH will be 7 only in case of the distilled water. So the correct option here will be the distilled water. Now we have our next question. A solution has a pH 4, the solution will be. As we have discussed in the pH chart value of our chapter, that this is the pH scale. In the pH scale, we have 7 here, we have 0 here, and we have 14 here. So we can consider the 7 pH will be for the water. If the pH lies between 0 to 7, it is acid, and if the pH lies between 7 to 14, it can be considered in the category of base. Now the pH is 4. So 4 number lies between 0 to 7. So we can say that the solution will be the acidic in nature. So the correct option is option number B. Now our next question is, what will be the pH of the basic solution? I have already told you, if the pH is greater than 7 and less than 14, we can count it in the category of the bases. So the correct option will be option number C. Sorry, option number A, pH greater than 7. So the correct option here will be the option number A. If pH of a solution changes from 3 to 4, the solution becomes. So you can see here, if the pH of a solution changing from 3 to 4, so we can say that the acid on the 3 pH number will be more acidic as compared to the 4. So if it is changing from 3 to 4, so we can say that the solution will become less acidic, because pH value 3 is more acidic as compared to the pH value 4. Now we are on our next question. Which gas is evolved in the reaction of zinc metal with NaOH? So what happened in this case? Zinc is reacting with NaOH. So if zinc is reacting with NaOH, hydrogen gas will be evolved in this process. So the correct option is H2, because hydrogen gas is going to evolve out. Now we have our next question. Name the scientist who proposed acid-base theory. This question has been already discussed in our chapter, that Arrhenius was the first scientist to say about the acid-base theory. So the correct option will be the Arrhenius. Now we are on our next question. Name the gas evolved when the zinc metal react with HCl. So again, when the zinc metal is going to react with HCl, only hydrogen gas is liberated. So the correct answer will be option number D, that is hydrogen gas will be liberated in this equation. What is the important property of an acid? The most basic important property of an acid is that acids are sour in taste. So the correct option will be the option number A. Now we have our next question. A blue litmus paper was dipped in the dilute HCl. Blue litmus paper was dipped in the dilute HCl, then dilute NaOH. So we have the litmus paper. Now this litmus paper is first dipped in dilute HCl. So what is the property of the acids? It will convert the blue litmus to red. So it will turn into the red. Now this paper is again dropped in NaOH. This is acid and this is our base. So what is the property of the base? It will turn red into blue. So the correct answer is, first the litmus paper will change into the red, then the litmus paper will going to change into the blue. So the correct option will be the option number B. Now we have our next question. When a drop of unknown solution X is placed on the pH paper, a deep blue color is produced, the solution will be. I have already told you that the blue color will be produced only in case of the bases. So among all these, the only base is sodium hydroxide. So the correct answer will be NaOH. Now we have our next question. On adding dilute HCl to the granulated zinc placed in the test tube, what will be the student observe? So if HCl is added to the granules of the zinc, we can observe that the surface of the metal turns shining, reaction become milky, odor of the chlorine and the colorless odorless gas evolve with the bubbles. So we can see that if HCl is placed on the zinc surface, the surface will appear shiny. So the correct answer will be option number 8. So these are the questions related to your competitive exam point of view as well as board exam point of view. So I hope these questions you are understanding in a more easier way. So this lecture is over for today. We will deal with many more questions in our next lecture. Thank you so much and have a nice day.